Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of solving rate problems. This is standard 7.5C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 4 on the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a student that has a model of the Washington Monument, and he uses a scale which 1 inch represents 15 feet. So, the Washington Monument is this obelisk right here, right? So we'll see if we can just draw that. Okay, we've got this obelisk right here, and that is, 555 feet. So we'll kind of do this. 555 feet, and he has his model, right? So this is a little bit smaller, right? And it's that same thing, and we've got 1 inch equals 15 feet. What is the height of the model? So that's the question, right? How high is this model? And it's going to be 1 inch equals 15 feet. Okay, so how do we find that proportion there so we know how high his actual model is? Well, there's a few different ways we can do that. 1 inch equals, all right, I got that from the word represents, that means equals. So you could set up your proportion like this: 1 inch equals 15 feet. And we could then say that blank inches, that's the height of his model, equals the full height of the Washington Monument, 555 feet. So you could set it up like this and take a look. You have just have natural proportions set up there. We've got our inches in one of our fractions. We have our feet in the other fraction. So how would we solve for that? Well, we could use cross multiplication. Right? So we could say 15x equals 1 times 555. Now, that's just going to be 555. Anything times 1 is itself. That's the identity property of multiplication. So how do we solve for that x? Well, we think inverse operation. If 15 is multiplied by x, let's divide by 15. Divide both sides by 15. That would just make 1. And so I just need to do 555 divided by 15. Now, some of you might have set this up in a different way. You might have said 1 inch is equal to that 15 feet. So you could have kept that proportion right here within the same fraction. That's totally fine, as long as you keep, since you've got feet in the denominator, you need feet over here. Since you have inches in the denominator, you need inches in this numerator to match. And then we're looking for 555, and we're missing that height in inches of our model. And if we look, we're going to get that same cross multiplication. 15x equals, basically 1 times 555 or 555. So either way works. So this is what we're stuck with. Let's divide 15 into 555, right? So does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Right? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, and then bring down. So those are the steps for division, right? So divide 15 goes into 55 3 times. We're going to multiply. 3 times 15 is 45. We're going to subtract. That's 10. Check. 10 is smaller than 15. Yes. Bring down the 5 to make 105. Multiply that again. I happen to know that that's going to be 7. So 7 times 15 is 105. No remainders here. We're going to subtract. 0 left. Check. That's good to go. There's nothing left to bring down. My answer here is going to be 37. That is my answer, A.